Hello, hello, everybody. Looks like we're live. Happy Monday. It is so nice to see you guys. Welcome to SoulPets. And I really missed everybody last week. We're going to talk about where I was this past week. We're going to talk about a lot of things tonight, but we're going to take it nice and slow. We are going to be relaxed and real. I am coming to you live tonight from my new residence. I made a little move just yesterday and today. So that's where the part of the being tired from comes from, and the message from our soul pets to slow down. So we're going to talk about that tonight, with some really good insights about what it means to actually live our life in the present, being present for our animal companions, both here and on the other side. But first, let's do a little introduction. Let me know that you can see and hear me okay, because, all right, in real life, IRL, in real life, I have just moved all of my things into this apartment, and wow, I've got a lot of stuff, and you'll see the clutter and the mess behind me, but that is all okay. I just decided that tonight was a night to relax on my couch. My office back here is not yet put together, which will soon be my studio. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So first, for those of you who are watching for the very first time, I think I just saw Debbie's name scroll by, Debbie Knight. Thank you, because I did not even get time today to put out my newsletter. I didn't even think about it, and so there was no newsletter this afternoon. And so I'm glad for all of you who are tuning in, even though you didn't get a notification, our little reminder to help you remember that we have our little live stream tonight. So for those of you watching for the first time, my name is Elaine. I'm an animal Reiki master, an animal medium, an animal chaplain, everything to do with connecting our soul pets and all animals and people. It's about the human animal bond, this wonderful connection that we have with the animals in our life. And this channel is dedicated to all of us who have experienced the loss of a soul pet, all of us who have experienced our soul pet leaving us before we thought we were ready, and how to reconnect. We're going to talk about that a little bit too, because what I realized that I do is help people connect with their soul pet on the other side. It's more than just healing. It's more than just coming to grips. It's more than just the grief and the guilt and how to release that. It is about learning how you don't need an intermediary, about how you had the ability to connect with your soul pet on the other side. We all have this. All connect with our soul pets on the other side. And this is a live stream. So what this means is that I generally have a message to share, and tonight I do. It's about rest and relaxation and reconnection and restoring and rejuvenating. I'm in the RE words because of Mercury retrograde, which I'll talk about also. But it's about all of those things, about relaxing and restoring, and how we can get to that point. So that's why today, after moving, and I'm just moving from one little place to another, but all day long, I just decided that it was time to sit down on my couch. Gypsy, my dog, currently my soul pet with me, is sitting right next to me, and we are just chilling out tonight. So I would like to share that chilling out with you also, and we'll see how the light holds out, because I realize now that I got a little spoiled that fast. We flipped to daylight savings time, and I got a little spoiled with the sunlight, and I did not turn on all my lights. So we'll see how long we have some light here. But again, this is a conversation, and I share a message, but we also interact with each other. If you follow the little chat on the side, you will see that everybody interacts. We have a beautiful family here, a wonderful, supportive family that welcomes you. This community welcomes you. There is no judgment here. Wherever you happen to be in your journey after your animal companion has crossed, we are here for you to virtually hold you, support you, hug you. We have all been through what you're going through. Even though each of our experiences is very unique and very different, we understand, we empathize, and we are here to give you that virtual hug and to hold you wherever you happen to be in that journey. As part of this conversation, I always love to say hello. I like to welcome all of my wonderful supporters and channel members, because it's you who make this possible, and it's you who support each other. You can look in the chat and see that everyone is already supporting each other. And I'm seeing all the hellos. So let's go ahead. Right now, I'd like to say hello first to my channel members, because you guys are the wonderful supporters. And then we'll say hello to everybody else. And I've got all kinds of comments. I see the questions already coming up. So we'll take a look at those questions and we'll talk about some of the things that I've been through this past week. I went on a spiritual retreat, which was simply amazing, just amazing. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, let's say hello to Pat. Pat, always kicking us off. It's great to see you here. You've got some great questions already. Sherry, hello, hello. Sharon, it is great to see you. Hey, we missed you these past couple Fridays. It is, it's wonderful to see you here. And who else have I got? I see Sherry and Sharon, you guys are Kathy H. It's great to have you here also. And Kali, also Z, also great to have you here. And who else have I got? Who are we missing? Kali, Z. We're missing Cheryl, Ms. Nunya, New York Business. Let's see if she'll jump on real soon. Kathy H, I already said hello to. Gina, it's great to have you here. And okay, so I think, and you look 18. Robbie, wherever you are, thanks for the you look 18. And let's go back up and say hello to everybody else. Because everybody's welcome here. This is it's one. If you would like to be part of this community, just click the join button, and you can be you'll get a little icon. You get the little hello. I try to do really some extra special things for our community members. Post meditations. We do Zooms every once in a while. It's been a while, but now that we're kind of getting back to new normal, is that the way for me getting settled? We'll see if we can get some more of those Zooms already on. Okay, so Lady Lemon, please remind me. Cassie. All right. Hello, Cassie. It is great to see you here. All right, so let's go back and see if we have any questions. And if I missed anyone, I'll come back and say hello to you. So Pat says, did you gain any new spiritual insight after your trip? For those of you who may be watching this for the very first time, and if you weren't aware, I took a trip last week. I went to Mexico on a spiritual retreat, and it's why there was no live stream last Monday. And did I learn anything new? 100% yes. There's so much. It was amazing. I went to Teotihuacan. I stayed at a place called the Dreaming House. It's a private retreat, not a center even. It was this beautiful little private place that is run by a family, and it was wonderful. We got to explore all of the Mayan ruins. We got to see the pyramids. We did a lot of meditation. We had a lot of quiet time. There's a reason why I'm telling you all this. We ate whole food. Everything was cooked fresh. It was just wonderful. It was simply wonderful. Everything that we ate and drank was nourishing. And we had lots of quiet time, lots of meditation, lots of community, lots of exploring. And it really was the thing that I needed to do. And there's something right now, it's called integration. And it's part of what we don't do. And it's the reason behind this message also tonight. Integration is where once you've been through an experience, you take some time to really sit with it. So for the next week or so, I'll be journaling, I'll be reliving in my mind, I'll be writing, guys know I love to automatic write, but I'll be thinking about and contemplating, that's the word I'm searching for, contemplating all that I experienced. And I think when our soul pets transition, that whole period of time, from the time before they transition to their actual transition to that immediate time after, we often don't give ourselves the opportunity, the time, the grace to really understand what we've been through and to really understand what has happened. And I found the term integration, and I believe that integration is important for us in a variety of circumstances. For me, I just went through 7 days of pretty intense spiritual practice, and it's time for me to internalize that. And when we go through the loss of a soul pet, I think we deserve to be able to have that time to really contemplate what we've been through and what it means to us now, and kind of adapting to the new normal, how they have not left us, but how to really reconnect with them in the form that they are now, which is all they're asking. Every single person, every single animal simply wants to be loved for who they are in this exact moment. And that means even as they are in spirit and in their energetic form. So, yeah, long answer to a short question. Did I learn stuff? Yes, I did. Am I prepared to share it all? No, I'm not. I'm integrating and I will be sharing as the weeks go on, as I always do. You guys, I don't keep anything private. I let you guys all experience what I experience. This is a really real channel. A really real channel. We just call it as it is. We say it as it is. I'm a real person living a real life with real things happening. And that's also part of the message we're gonna talk about tonight. Okay, so let's see. Did any family members? Yes, many of you have met through the chat. My sister-in-law, Kelly, we decided to go on this trip together after my husband, her brother, transitioned to the other side. Now he's at the Rainbow Bridge taking care of all of our beautiful animals. So it was quite a few months ago that we decided this was the time that we needed to give ourselves to do that. So yes, but that otherwise, no, otherwise everybody was a stranger to me. It was all new people that I got to meet. And since I'm on my laptop tonight, since I don't have my beautiful little setup going on, not yet, maybe by next week, I'm gonna have to lean a little closer to the camera so that these old lady eyes can see you guys. We as humans tend to want things now? Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. I mean, Amazon, hello. We want things delivered from 5 to 7 a.m. in the morning. We want to wake up and have whatever it is that we want there present for us. Our pets do teach us to slow down in a hectic world, and I've got some really good things to share with you about that coming up. Grief causes a whirlwind of emotions. Only by slowing down, regrouping, and integrating, Pat, you're so right. Can we really start to think clearly again? It takes time. It does take time, and we don't give ourselves that time. Sherry says the roller coaster of grief and emotions, it's an awful place to be in, right? And there's triggers and there's expectation. And with some of the words that I wrote down came from my old corporate self. I wrote down a couple of words. Productivity. If anybody's ever heard that word, I'll tell you, the words productivity, efficiency, effectiveness, proficiency, all the things that are expected of us. We need to just take a step back from that, especially when it comes to readjusting after our animal companions have crossed. Sherry says that she's found a whole new perspective. So I love that. In the silence, right? In the silence. There was a lot of quiet time this past week, and the silence was beautiful. The things that you can hear when you are silent. It's amazing. Okay, let's see. I did say hello to everybody. Cassie, right? That's Lady Lemon. Yes, I did have a very safe and peaceful trip. We went to Teotihuacan is right outside of Mexico City, and everything was fine. I know that there were lots of concerns from family and friends about the fact that I chose to travel to beautiful Mexico. I have to tell you that the people were amazing and gracious, and I loved every minute that I spent with this beautiful family that I got to meet while I was there, who cooked for us and cared for us and nurtured us. It was amazing. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Everybody saying hello to each other, talking about the weather. Today was absolutely wonderful. Now, of course, the weather in Mexico was spectacular, but the weather today here in the Midwest has just been like 70 degrees. But I think it's supposed to turn tomorrow, but that's all right. Little taste of spring today, little taste of spring. Sherry says, Sharon, just hours after Abby crossed what I felt. I'm saying the name Abby. I'll tell you a little bit about what I did during this spiritual retreat was some in-person readings. And if anybody's watching, one of the little doggies who we connected with was named Abby. And I said that the name Abby would come up again. And sure enough, there we go. Okay, so let's get started. Where did you move? I just moved. I moved right down in the same place. I'm still in the same town, still in the same apartment complex, I simply had to move into a new space. And part of that is a healing process also. And when my husband passed, I needed something, I needed to realign, regroup, and that included moving to a new space. So with the wonderful support of my children, that is exactly what I did. So I'm just moving into some place that's fresh, me and Gypsy together. It's going to be a new experience for us. Yeah, well, I missed you guys too. Okay, let's see. I think we're all good. Is everything else just hellos? Um, no notification, plus the clock's changed. Right. It's so true. So the things that I wrote down for you as to why we are taking it nice and slow tonight and why our animals show us that they are experts at just relaxing. They're experts at taking it slow and having no expectations. And there is no animal in the whole wide world that ever thought and questioned about how productive they were on any given day. So I just love that. So let's see what I've got. We've had a couple things happen this week that really, really, if you're part of the spiritual community, if you'd like to go down the rabbit hole of the hairy fairy, woo woo, hippy dippy world, we talk about those things here on this channel too. It's more than just pet loss. We talk about how our animal companions, when they transition to the other side, how they have started to like wake us up to understand that there is so much more than this physical existence. Um, but anywho, I digress. I can't remember what got me off on that topic all of a sudden. It's gone. Okay, it's all right. Um, so a couple things happened. We had the full moon, which was on Tuesday. There was also a lunar eclipse, a full lunar eclipse, which was on Tuesday. I got to see that. Now, I'm on a hotspot tonight because my internet is not yet connected. I forgot to mention that. So if I lose you guys, I will do my best to get you back, but I am operating on very limited Wi-Fi once again. So last week we had the lunar eclipse, we had a full moon, and we had something called Mercury retrograde. And if you're not familiar with Mercury retrograde, it is an astrological concept. And it's when you look into the night sky and Mercury appears to be moving backwards from the way that it normally moves. And the thought behind this, behind Mercury retrograde, which I personally have found to be accurate, is that it interrupts communication. There's a lot of mostly it's that the interruption of communication. It does something with the electronics. It does something with our ability to communicate with each other. There's a whole lot of things if you look up the concept Mercury retrograde. But what it means to me is that it's a time that we should take to be present and conscious when we are acting on autopilot. Sherry, I think you mentioned autopilot. When we're working on autopilot, we will miss things or we'll act too hastily, or we won't take the time to fully think something through, or we won't take the time to fully understand a situation, or anyway, prevents Mercury retrograde is a time when all of that is interacted. So I like to take Mercury retrograde and using the RE, that's where I came up with this, to relax, recuperate, reassess, reconnect, release, restore, whatever word you want to come up with. It's a time when we should reflect, and not just act on autopilot or act on instinct. So let's see. So on this spiritual retreat, so that's a couple things. So all of those things combined led for most of us, it could be a hectic time. Now, Mercury retrograde lasts for a couple of weeks. I think in this case, it lasts until the end of March, or very close to the end of March. But it just means about being consciously aware. And part of that is being present. And we can't be present if we are stressed and not taking the time to rest and relax. So this spiritual retreat, it was a time, and I just wrote some notes here for you guys. Normally I do like a nice meditation. Today was a very hectic day for me. So I did just sit down and decide to relax for this live stream. Um, on the spiritual retreat, what did we do? We had a lot of quiet time, no laptop. If you know, I found a few minutes on my laptop to create a video for last Monday so that everybody would have something that they could turn to, but there was no the Wi-Fi was I mean it's not a thing. It just was not an expectation that we would have access to the Wi-Fi, that we would have our laptop, that we would even have our cell phones. So I got 7 days of being disconnected from everything that we are now so used to. So there was no Amazon shopping. There was no social media. There was lots of walking. There was lots of nature connection. There was lots of sunshine. There was lots of meditation, whole food, oh, water, lots of beautiful, fresh water, and lots of community. So those of us who were there on this retreat were of the same mind. We were like-minded, that we set the intention that we were going to take this week for ourselves, that we were going to just enjoy the moments without having to worry, without having to. It was wonderful to be disconnected without having to think about traffic, without having to think about anything. So that was a beautiful thing in of itself. And I think Pat, you had asked this question maybe on a different video. I remember just asking about the spiritual retreat and would I address the spiritual retreat, and would I suggest it? I think maybe that was the question, and the answer is I would. If you have any opportunity that you can take even just a day or a few days or a weekend, and oh my gosh, is that Kali? Because I see that little orange thing up there. Kali, you're amazing. Thank you. It is Kali, right? I'm pretty sure. I get these little, so a squirrel, it pops up if in the chat, this big bright orange thing pops up. So thank you so much. Back to spiritual retreat. Do I recommend it? I highly recommend it. Now, I went on a deep dive spiritual retreat. This was not just a tour of the ruins. I knew what I was getting myself into, that we were going in for the whole thing. We were going in for the meditation. We were going in for the disconnect, from technology, from everything, from what we are so used to in our everyday world. I highly recommend it. If you can get a chance just to step away from all of the hectic, frenetic daily life that we put on ourselves. It was just so freeing. And it just helps. I think it helps our state of mind. It helps release the stress that we all should just get away with. No expectation. No expectation. I didn't have to wear makeup. I didn't have to do my hair. I didn't have to do anything. I could just be naturally me, and how freeing that would be for all of us. I say this, our beautiful dogs, our beautiful cats, our horses, birds, bearded dragons, whoever your animal companion may be, they don't care about any of that. And it just felt really, really good just to be naturally me. So I suggest that for everybody. Let's see what else happened. That full moon eclipse, if you didn't get to see it, it was really powerful. And I do have some pictures because I was able to see the full lunar eclipse of where we were in Mexico. I think that not all parts of the country could see it because of the weather, but I got some great shots of that. It was just a really cool thing to be part of, to be able to see that full moon. There's all kinds of things about the full moon, that the full moon is a time, a spiritually powerful time when we can set intentions, when we can set water out under the full moon and have it charged with all that beautiful energy. Honestly, it was just beautiful. I loved not having any attachment to the full moon other than being able to see it and feel it and watch this beautiful experience of the lunar eclipse. So sometimes we, especially when we're talking about spiritual things and the hippy dippy hairy fairy things, we have such an expectation. We should go out under the full moon and really absorb the energy and become part of the full. I just liked watching it. Sometimes we just need to look at the stars without expectation, and look at the moon and look at the sun and just be, and see what a beautiful existence we can be part of. Okay, and I just got another little yellow thing. Hello, guys. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. how does it get any better than this? There's somebody who says that all the time, but truly, how does it get any better than this? I love having this community, and I love having this group of people that meets every Monday. How did we ever survive before these Mondays? I can't wait for us all to meet in person. Working on that, by the way, since I found this spiritual retreat center, working on a way that we could all get ourselves together. If anybody who wants to meet in person, sometimes it's not always like, you're always like, perhaps we shouldn't meet in person. Is that really a good idea? But I think it would be great. All right, so let's see what else. Oh, then top it all off, daylight savings time. And I personally am grateful for daylight savings time because I love having the sunlight in the evening. I see the sun has gone down, so I hope it's not too dark for you guys. But that just throws one more. If we had one powerful week, this was it. There was a lot going on. And that daylight savings time, it our internal time clock gets mixed up. So when we're feeling tired, like I'm genuinely tired after being away for a week and being immersed in spirituality, and then the travel and all the Mercury retrograde and the eclipse and the daylight savings time. Wow, we deserve a break. Not to mention all of the I don't watch the news, but all of the stuff going on in our world, we deserve a break, right? We just need to rest and relax. So our animal companions, our beautiful soul pets, the ones who are with us in the present moment and the ones who have crossed to the other side in the non-physical, they are masters of relaxing, and they show us how to do it. Dogs. Gypsy, today we had beautiful sunshine coming through the window. She just perched herself on the couch and laid down there and enjoyed the beautiful sunshine. Cats do the same thing. They are masters of relaxation, and all we need to do is take a page from their book and we can learn how to relax. I see some comments scrolling by. Let me just make sure I haven't missed any. Um, Nico, oh yes, yes, yes. Hello, hello. I'm so glad that you have felt that healing from your heart. How did we ever survive? And Michael Sandler, yes, Sharon, that's the one who says, "How does it get any better than this?" Um, and and my sleep schedule has been iffy since I was out in. Oh, okay, medication. Lost hour makes no difference to me, honestly. And for some people, it's easy to adjust, but for others, well, we're just going to take this time to rest and relax. All right. So, um, and yes, but Nico, I know that I need to always, Nico is, I need to be reminded of names all the time. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Yeah. Okay. Let's, okay. I keep leaning in because my eyes and my laptop, and it's kind of getting dark here. So, all right, we'll make the best of it. All right. Here's the question that I wrote for myself. Why do human beings feel so guilty about relaxing? What is it that makes us feel so guilty that about taking a moment for ourselves, for taking some time to breathe? What is it? And that's where the words came up. Going back to my corporate persona, which has been gone for a while, my corporate persona used words like productivity, efficiency, effectiveness, proficiency was a word too. Oh my goodness. Why do we have to be productive? No animal ever cares how productive we are. Gypsy could care less how productive I am on any given day. In fact, she would be thrilled. She's laying here right next to me. She would be thrilled if I would spend the whole day resting on the couch, sitting with her in the sunshine. Nothing would make her happier. That's her whole idea of productivity. So it doesn't matter how productive we are. Animals, in fact, they understand the cycle of things. I mean, there are times during the day when Gypsy would also much rather be outside just playing, running, romping, running around and taking a walk and smelling everything that needs to be smelled. But then she understands what it means to rest also, and how to relax and how to really, like right now, she's zonked. She's pretty chill here on the sofa. Um, and they understand what when they need to restore. They understand and they don't think twice about it. They don't question it. They don't They don't ask for permission to rest and relax. They just do it. And they are present every moment of every day. They're present. Today, when we were outside walking, and Gypsy, as dogs do, loves to smell everything. They sense so much through their smell and the way that they smell. And if anybody's familiar with dogs and the way that their noses are conformed, they smell on the way in and the way out. So people, we inhale and we can bring in a scent, but dogs smell it both in and out. They receive that sense of smell. And she explored her environment, this new place where we are, just walking up and down, smelling every last blade of grass. She was very present in the moment. She doesn't even know that I know that she knows that I'm there, but she's off somewhere else. When she brings in those scents, she is exploring something and she's fully present in her moment. And we are so often distracted as human beings. So they understand cycles and restoration and presence. And people are focused on how much we can get done on any given day. And add to that, add to that. So all the things that we have created for ourselves, the things that make up a daily life, whether it's work or family or school, whether it is banking or whatever else comes in the mail, all the things that we feel that we have to take care of on any given day, we have a to-do list. There's always something that needs to be done. And that to-do list seems to go on forever. There's a reason for all this. So add to the to-do list and add to everything that you've already got going on. So you've got your family, you've got your obligations, you have got responsibilities, you've got work, you've got school, you've got community, whatever, all the things that you've got, and then put grief in the mix. Add to the grief, add to that the grief that we have when our soul pet crosses to the other side. And then add to that, build on top of that, the anything else, all the residual things that go with that we talk about on this channel, what like guilt and regret and remorse and judgment and blame, all those denser emotions. We just pack it all on and imagine what that does to us, what that does to us internally. We can't, that's when we shut down. It's when we can't even process because we've given ourselves so much. We have such expectations of ourselves that it makes it impossible for us to move on. So when we take a page from the book of our beautiful animal companions, we can learn how to restore and relax and just be and just take a moment. Like I'm just going to use this as the example. Here I am sitting on my couch. We've got Gypsy's blanket covering the sofa because this is where she likes to lay. I haven't done anything to like, no pictures are hanging on the wall. I've got a bag of trash over here. It's all okay. It's all okay. But you know what was important to me? What was important to me was being able to connect with you guys tonight, being able to have this conversation, being able just to hang out and be. And that's what I would love for you guys to grant yourselves. And I love every single one of you who comes on here on Monday nights, not only to support each other, but just to hang out, right? Just to be, just for us to be together and totally giving this time to yourself, giving this time to yourself to rest and relax. All right, let's take a quick look at comments and we'll see what kind of time we have. We're this may wrap up a smidge early tonight just because I do have a lot of unpacking to do, a lot of unpacking to do. But let me just take a look at all the comments here. Charlie, as soon as you say it, I know it. I know the name is Charlie. And because it used to be Charlie Chill or Chill Charlie, right? I get it. I got in the habit of getting up early for medication so that you could clean catio every morning. I've kept doing it since his passing. Yesterday was day 369 of getting it done before 10 a.m. That's a beautiful That's a beautiful thing to do. That's one of the things that will really help us stay when if you have something that a habit that you do with your animal companion that you did in the past and you continue, it's a beautiful way to stay connected because our animal companions, they want us to recognize that they're still with us and continuing something that you used to do. It's a beautiful way to stay connected as if because they are still with us by our side. The Army loves the terms economy of effort and efficacy. I know, right? When I think back, now before I was in HR, I was an HR executive for many, many years. And before that, I managed a small company and managed an office, a small office for a large company, but we always had to measure productivity. How much everybody got done every single day, how fast they were at doing it, not only how fast, but how effective they were. So it had to be not only fast, it had to be right. So you had to get things done on time and how quickly you got stuff done. It was all measured. Like there was this enormous spreadsheet that we had to keep track of. Oh my gosh, what the heck are we doing to ourselves when that is what we focus on? Um, Instead of having the right people in the right jobs, doing the thing that they love. Yeah. So Kali, yeah, that whole efficiency thing. I shake my head. And the fake face you have to put on for the people who don't understand. Oh, Sharon. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Having to fake it that everything is okay when it's not okay. And when we're just trying to hold it all together, when we really need the time to process and integrate. And we've talked about this many times on this channel, going back to my HR days and back to my corporate days when people and corporations don't understand. They not only do they not understand, they don't care. And I don't mean this for everybody. I know that's a broad generalization, but the general consensus is that we have bereavement leave, and that's the time that you get. And bereavement leave is for people. So I remember when we set up the handbook for the company that I worked for, we sat down and actually had a debate over how many days you get to grieve the loss of someone in your family. It was 3 days, one day for a distant relative, 3 days if it was someone, uh, at 5 days for an immediate family member. Number one, that's crazy in and of itself. And number two, there was nothing for soul pets, for animal companions who are, for in some cases, were the family, the soul family of a person. Um, there's no such thing as pet bereavement leave. And I still argue to this day that that's something that needs to be, if I was still in the HR world, but I'm not, and I don't, so I have no influence there other than to put it out into the beautiful field of everything, the beautiful field of information that our beautiful animal companions are family. And there needs to be bereavement leave because we need the time to process and we need the time to get through this. All right, let's see what other comments I have. When Benny passed, I worked as a receptionist for a doctor's office. It was the hardest thing in the world to put on a fake happy face for people. I totally get it, right? And then when the questions, how are you doing? Someone will ask out of just um being nice. They'll ask how you're doing and they expect you to say fine. They don't expect you to say how they don't expect you to respond in any other way but that you're fine. Everything's good, got it under control. No, and it's so hard. It's just hard to do, which is why we have this channel so that we can all get together and we can all support each other where no matter where you happen to be. If your grief is fresh, I promise you, you have found a home here because we understand, and more than understand, we are a place where you can share that, where you can say exactly how you're feeling and know that there's people here who get it. And there's no expectation that you have to that you that there's a certain timeline that you have to follow. There's no such thing. Um, After 27 years in corporate, I can't stand productivity word parade. I was in corporate for 35 years. Yeah, about 35 years. The last 15 of those years were as an HR exec. And oh my gosh, it's just, yeah. The words make me cringe, the thought of it. And I just want to be able to help people release from all of that. I want people to be released from all of that phoniness. That's the phoniness. That's the fakeness. But okay, let's see what else we got. Okay, so I think we're all caught up with comments. Okay, so this is what I would like to share with you. I would like to share with you that there is a way that you can just relax. Let's say you don't have you don't have the time right now to go on a spiritual retreat. You can't even get away for the weekend. It's hard, it's confusing, it's the time and this whole thing about time. We don't give ourselves the time. I'm going to share with you just something really quick and really easy that you can do just if you've only got 5 minutes, a gift to give yourself to help you rest. Because what I would hope for everybody and what our beautiful soul pets want to show us is that we deserve to rest, relax, recuperate, restore, rejuvenate. We need this. We need these things in order to continue on our day to day. We have created on this life here on earth, for whatever reason, whatever that may be, we have got a lot of stress. And that stress is making us physically ill. That stress also kind of makes the connection to our animal companions on the other side hard to get to. Animals in the physical want nothing to do with total stressed out human beings. So if we want to have a connection with animals here, which I am all about, I mean, I'm all about every animal I see, I fall in love with. I don't care if it's a lizard, whether it's a lizard, a bumblebee, a squirrel, a raccoon, a possum, my doggy, cats. I just fall in love with every single one of them. I love them and I want that connection. So if you are longing to be connected with animals here in our present world, we've got to let go of the stress. And if we want to be connected with our soul pets on the other side of life, the best way to connect with their beautiful energy is to also let go of that stress. Now, they are endlessly patient. If we spend our days stressed out, and a lot of times it'll go on for days before we realize, wait a minute, I have gotten totally out of touch because of the stressors going on in my life. Um, they are endlessly patient and they will wait till the moment that we go, I think it's time for me to take a deep breath and reconnect with my soul pet on the other side. But here's a way that you can do this because you deserve it. You deserve it. Your soul pet on the other side of life wants to be a part of your life and they want to help you rest and they want to help you relax. So this is a little easy exercise. If you want to do it with me now, do it with me now. If you are driving or operating heavy machinery or not in a place where you can sit down for a few minutes and close your eyes, then come back to this. Come back to this and you can do it anytime. It's super easy. The things that I try to share with you are ways to help you easily connect with your animal companion at any moment in time. So all you want to do, if you want to do this with me, hang on, I just saw, I've been so stressed, having physical pain and rusty with my communication with animals. Okay, Sherry. Um, let's just talk about that after I do this little exercise, because we recognize there's a lot of things that stress us out, and I didn't plan on this being a little episode about stress, but maybe it should be an episode about stress because if things stress us out, a move, highly stressful. All the things that we have to do. You know, when you move, it's more than just boxing up all your stuff. It's also about a wonderful thing called decluttering. That was so really, I love to declutter, just to send all of the things that I no longer need to the thrift shop so that they can be rehomed and reused. But decluttering is a beautiful way to help de-stress. In fact, this is so off topic, but Animals don't need physical things. Like they have no need. Gypsy's happy with a good blanket, her favorite dish of food, her water, and a couple of toys. Um, and me, love. That's all she needs. She doesn't care the color of her pillow. They will get favorite blankets, and she has a favorite pillow. Here, I'll show you her favorite pillow. This is what she likes to do. When she gets stressed out, she does this. And that's how I know that she's stressed. And her stress tells me that she's picking up on my stress and that it's time for us to relax. So she chews a little hole in her pillow. So this is her favorite pillow. But she doesn't need anything else. She doesn't care about the shoes. She doesn't care about the brand name of something that she's watching or none of it. Because she can't watch. First of all, she has no eyes, right? She's my beautiful blind little baby girl. So they don't care about any of that stuff. It's we humans who put these stressors on ourselves. And then there's times that we have physical illness, and the physical illness can cause us to be more stressed. And all the things that we worry about our family members, we worry about bills, we worry about so many different things that we need to give ourselves a break. We deserve a break. So if you're feeling that, if you're feeling stressed, it doesn't matter when you're Sherry, this is for you right now, and it's for everybody who's watching at this moment in time. When you are watching this video, whether it's live or whether it's 5 years from now, I am telling you, you deserve a minute to give to yourself. You deserve a break. So do this with me right now, and just relax. Give yourself permission to relax for a minute. So here's what we're going to do. Ready? Here you go. I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes and just begin to breathe. Focus on your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. I want you to take 3 nice breaths at your own pace. When you breathe in, take in a nice deep breath. And the best way to breathe is to imagine that your ribs are like an umbrella and you're breathing in and let that umbrella expand. Let your rib cage expand, let your lungs expand. And then as you exhale, let the umbrella close. So you're breathing in and you're breathing out. And then you're going to do one more thing. You're going to breathe in. And as you exhale, I want you to breathe out just a little bit longer. So if you were breathing in, let's pretend for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3, breathing in. And as you're exhaling, do a little bit longer. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you can. But when you exhale a little bit longer than you inhale, it resets your nervous system. You become what we call coherent. Your heart begins to beat slower. Your brain and your thinking begin to align with your heart, and everything seems to just fall into place. So breathe with me now again. Breathe in, breathe out. And with your eyes closed, breathing gently and softly, focused, I would like you to visualize or imagine that you are sitting right next to your soul pet. You're sitting right next to them wherever you happen to be, outside, inside, lying down. Let your soul pet be with you. Visualize them right next to you. Doesn't matter if a little tear comes to your eyes. That's a sign to you that they're right there. Feel them next to you and have no expectations. You don't need to have a conversation. You don't need to have any questions. You don't need to communicate in any way. You are simply sharing space with them. You are resting with them. You are relaxing, restoring, just enjoying the moment to be with them. They're holding you. They are holding space for you at this moment in time. They have no expectations of you. They just want to be with you, showing you what it feels like to be totally relaxed. And just take a minute. I'm going to be quiet for a minute. Just take a minute with your eyes closed, visualizing them next to you, and relax, rest, be. And I want you to think about this. Your animal companion never expected you to be productive. They didn't need you to be motivated. They just need you to be. When they were in their physical bodies, that's all they asked for. And when you think about right now, oh, but there were times when I wasn't. It's okay. I know that feeling. My Jack, my Lucy, they were with me in my corporate years when I was focused only on being productive and motivated, and it was about how much I could squeeze into a day. But it doesn't matter because they're right here by my side right now, just enjoying this moment, resting, relaxing, saying it's about time, Mom. It's all good. And when you're ready, we're going to come back to our present moment. And you can do that exercise anytime. But just now, start to bring yourself back. Roll your shoulders, wiggle around a little bit. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Doesn't it feel great to be loved? It feels really good just to know that even for a moment, you could relax and be with your soul pet. And that they loved you just for being you. And that's our message for now. All right, so I'm going to check our comments again real quick. Everybody's sending Sherry hugs. I love it. I love it. You just helped your sister move, Kathy. Yeah, and it was crazy. Yeah, it's a crazy thing, but it's okay. You know what? I feel so chill right now. Like, it's okay. I've got stuff on the floor over here. I've got stuff on the floor over there. It's all right. It's all good. I just feel really good right now. So I appreciate you guys for joining me on this little journey. A box is all that's needed here and some small bowls to roll. I'm not quite sure what that's all about. Um, I want to hear from my Sophie so badly. Okay, Debbie, I'll tell you, maybe that's our topic for next week. I really needed to chill out this week. But how to hear from our soul pets. Maybe it's time for us to talk about signs again and how we can get those messages that we're looking for. I had a beautiful dream this week about an eagle, and you guys know my hubby has he's decided that eagle is his way to get through to for me and my kiddos. That's how he comes through to us. So we'll talk about that. May I share Reiki with you after the stream? Oh, Kali, that's wonderful. You, maybe we should talk about Reiki at some point too, because I practice Reiki and share Reiki. And yeah, if you guys can support each other however you want to. I just love that you guys support each other so much. Um, Thank you, Gina. Thank you. Gina, right? Well, I'm guessing it's Gina. You never know with these names, right? Because look at me, the animal Reiki lady. So it's wonderful to have you guys know my kind never expected me to be productive. Freely admit to being a lazy lioness. I love that. I absolutely love that. Okay, my friends, that's going to wrap it up for tonight because there are some things that I would like to do, and we made it for almost an hour. Um, I will think about some interesting topics for next week. If there is anything that anybody wants to explore for next Monday, let me know. I would love to. I love to explore all kinds of things. I love to go down the rabbit hole. I love to talk about the hairy fairy, the hippy dippy. I love to talk about signs and messages and how we are actually using our own ability to awaken even more within ourselves. When we can learn how to connect with our soul pets on the other side, it wakes up all kinds of things within in us. So if there's anything anybody wants to explore, you let me know, and we'll talk about it for next week. Mew mew. Hey, Cheryl, did I, Ms. Nanya, New York business? I think I mentioned you early on because I didn't see your name pop up, but of course now I do. Um, Always tried to comfort me when you were sad or crying. Cats only need an empty box. And so yes, they do. That's right. Oh yeah, cats are they're quite easily entertained with an empty box. And how much fun is that? Right? How much fun? Okay. All right, you guys. My nesting goes well. Thank you. Yes, I will be nesting. Go get the pup cup. Oh, yeah. You want a pup cup? You want a pup cup, little girl? All right. My friends, have a beautiful week. Until next Monday, may animals light your way. I love you so much. You are not on this journey alone. Take care, everybody.